Hello friends, welcome to the ASP.NET Core tutorial series. In this tutorial, we will see what is Launchsettings.json file in ASP.NET Core. In the previous tutorial, we have seen about the in process and out process hosting model in ASP.NET Core. So before proceeding with this tutorial, I recommend you please watch part 8 and 9 of this tutorial series so you will better understand about this Launchsettings.json file. So let's see what is the Launchsettings.json file. So there is one important thing about this Launchsettings.json file is like whatever the code is written under this Launchsettings.json file, it is useful and we can say it is only used within the local development machine. In the sense, like once we deploy our application on the production server, then this file is not required. Like any code is written inside this if it is not required. But if we have certain setting or certain code which we need in the production server, then we need all kind of the code into the app.setting.json file. Like such kind of the code which is required in the production, then such kind of the code we write under this app.setting.json file. So generally in the ASP.NET Core application, the configuration setting are going to be stored in the app.setting.json file. So let's go to the Visual Studio, and the Launchsettings.json file you can find out under this property folder. Here when you will go, you can find the Launchsettings.json file, and basically this file contain the certain settings that is useful for launching our application locally. Like it contain the information about the environment, like either you are going to deploy your application on the development environment or any other environment. Such kind of the information we can put inside this Launchsettings.json, but all these information, or we can say this file, is only for the local. Like once we deploy this application on the production, then this file is not helpful. Like we don't generally deploy this file into the production, but certain kind of the code or the command if we need on the like server, then we have to write those code under this app.setting.json. We will discuss about this app.setting.json in the coming tutorial. So before that, let's understand what is the code written inside the Launchsetting.json. So generally, like when we deploy our application using the process, in process and out the process, then like if we would run using this IS Express, then it see like what is the command. Like here command name we can see IS Express, and here like the environment which we are looking, it is a development server. So let's what I will do, let's run this application first, then we will understand more about this one. So currently, like if we are not using any server hosting model, then it use in process hosting model, and those things we have seen in the previous tutorial. So like when I run this application, you can see it is using the port is 6447, and that is basically we can see here application URL, and this is a IS Express, and here the command name IS Express, and this IS Express is written here, and it is using application URL as a localhost colon 4777, and like currently we are using in process, that's why it is giving the process name. So all the code is basically written inside this Launchsetting.json, and from here it identify the application URL and other things. Like currently I'm using SSL port as 0, that's why it is not asking for the SSL. And other thing here, like one is the like deployment is the IS Express, and another is the project name, and you can find this project name inside this drop down, and here you can see ASP.NET Core with basic. So suppose instead of this IS Express, if I will select this ASP.NET Core basic, and here what we are looking, the command name will be the project, and application URL will be either 5001 or 5000. So once I will launch this application from here, what it will give the output. So currently, like let's close this one, and here like it is launching the application on the, like here this is the Kestrel server basically we can say, and here like we can see here it is showing two ports. One is the 5001 and 500, and here it is showing as a 5001, and we can see the project name. And instead of this 5001, if I will take the port as a 5000, so for that, like, let's close from here. Let's take this as a 5000, and when I will go to that particular URL, we can see it is giving the same output as a process name, the project name basically, and the project name whatever we are having, that we can see like this is the project name. So it is showing the same thing. So basically all the environment related things and the command name, all the settings we put inside this launch setting.json file. And there are certain things which we see now, like suppose if we have command name as a project and ASP.NET Core hosting model, like if we ignore, then it use only web server Kestrel. And like suppose next is the IIS Express, and if I use hosting model as in process, then it will run only on IIS Express. And what is the meaning of this? Like suppose if I will select here hosting model as in process, and here it is saying like if we use command name as a IIS Express, and command name means the selecting from here. So if I will use hosting model as in process and command name as IIS Express, then it will return here according to this. What it will return? It will return the IIS Express, and we can see, like you can see here, it only one web server IIS Express it will return. Now opposite to this, if I will take out of process, so let's take out of process here out of process, and here if we will select IIS Express and out of process, then there are two type of the web server we will see. One is the Kestrel server and IIS Express. So basically like as of now, if I will run this one, then what it will return? It will return basically a project name basically, and we can say the internal project. And basically what we are looking for the ASP.NET Core with basic. So that will be the output. And the next thing, like if we will deploy all these applications on the IIS, like if we will deploy on the IIS and the hosting model, either it is in, like if it is in process hosting model, then it will return the web IIS, and if we will take out of process, then it will return as a Kestrel and IIS. We will see the deploying this application on the IIS in the coming tutorial, because we have to deploy all these things on the IIS. Then we have to do configuration for the IIS. So we will see all those stuff into the coming tutorial. So as of now for this tutorial, like this Launchsettings.json file is for configuration purpose, and this file is usually only useful for the local, and if we want to deploy our application on the production, then this file is not useful. And if certain settings are there, we have to keep all those settings inside this appsetting.json. We will discuss about this appsetting.json in the coming tutorial. So basically this file contains the environment and the application URL basically, and the environments like where we are going to deploy our application, like on the development environment or any other environment where we are going to deploy. And we can change the environment from here. Even we can add other environment under this Launchsetting.json. We will understand all those environment and other things in the coming tutorial for the launch setting. So for this tutorial, that's it. If you have any question and doubt, please comment. Thank you.